The Woods, Part 1.
I swear, as soon as I get home, if I even make it back home, I'm writing a nasty review for these awful boots. I swear to God, I have a rash on my heel, my toes feel like they're in a vice grip, just... European sizes always confuse me.
Why on earth would you buy European boots?
What kind of stupid question is that?
I'm sorry, but...
You should be.
Sorry I enabled you to continue this inane conversation.
And I'm sorry you're such a prick.
Oh my God. Oh my God, why are you falling so far behind?
I'm getting tired and my back hurts.
Your back hurts because you don't have your backpack on right. You're wearing it like a middle schooler. You're supposed to tighten the straps so that it's snug to your body. You can't have it loose.
Do I look like a girl that goes hiking and camping often?
I can't argue with that. No, you don't. An hour into the hike, and after listening to Maggie chatter with barely a pause to take a breath, Cam contemplated setting his hair on fire. Despite his refusal to talk, Maggie never shut her trap. Seemingly unaware she'd monopolized both sides of the conversation. His silence forced her to change the subject from him to herself. Cam learned she liked to play tennis and had even won a few regional competitions. He laughed out loud when she said how much her favorite pair of boots cost, more than his first car. Despite her eternal dieting endeavors, Maggie loved to eat out and admitted she barely touched the food she'd order. The last time Cam ate at a restaurant was last year for Jack's birthday. The wind shifted, and he caught a scent of her perfume. A blend of berries with a hint of vanilla. He whipped around. Maggie continued forward. Her eyes on the ground, her steps careful. Cam put his hands on her hips to keep her from walking into him. Maggie looked up. He ran his eyes over the length of her body. Tilting his head, he tucked his nose into the crook of her neck and inhaled. Remnants of the lifesaver she'd been sucking on. Stepping backward, he ran a hand over his head. "Wait here."
Cam.
He veered off the trail and plucked a pine cone from a nearby tree. He thought about his recipe for meatloaf. With another quarter cup of diced tomatoes and onions, he might be able to duplicate Meemaw's secret recipe. It was worth a try, but 2 more eggs would be needed to keep the meatloaf from falling apart. The leaves on the ground rustled, and a black snake slithered from beneath. Cam waited for it to pass. Found Maggie sitting on a rock. He set the pine cone beside her, retrieved a fist-sized stone from the ground, and smashed it. He shifted through the shattered bark and found 2 seeds, crushed the pods, and peeled off the shells. Here.
You can eat these?
Yep.
Are they fattening?
How the hell should I know?
I'll pass.
Shrugging, Cam tossed the nuts into his mouth and continued along the marked trail.
What kind of stuff do you like to cook?
Food.
You're really not going to talk for the next 2 days.
Oh, you're quick.
So I've heard.
Cam held the branch back, waited for her to pass, then let it go. Pushing past her, he resumed his position as leader. He approached a steep slope, turned, and offered her his hand. Walk sideways. It'll be easier to maneuver the loose gravel.
Do you find me attractive?
Why does it matter?
Why do you think?
Cam glanced over his shoulder, shook his head, and looked forward, his booted feet trudging along the well-worn path. It's not going to happen. You're wasting your time.
Well, Jags told me that you have a little problem I could help with.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Jags had always butted his nose where it hadn't belonged. But this was a whole new level of what the fuck?
We can't even be friends?
Are you like one of those pathetic women who are drawn to men that constantly shit on them?
Hardly.
Well, enlighten me on what you consider shit on because I'm clueless.
Friends.
That would be too complicated. And I don't have or need any friends. He looked back. Are your boots waterproof?
What? Why does it have to be complicated? How about just friends with benefits?
Cam crouched, one knee on the ground for balance. She squatted beside him. I don't work like that. Now look, that's poison ivy. You can tell by the leaves. They're almond-shaped and shiny.
Are you afraid you might actually start to like me?
He gripped her elbow, stood, and yanked her up with him. You might find this hard to believe, but I don't fuck. I make love. And since I don't love you, friends with benefits is not an option. Is that clear enough?
You can't possibly be serious.
He considered himself a good judge of character, and something told him that she genuinely wanted him. And it wasn't because his crazy-ass brother had pimped her out to him. But something about her pursuit of him didn't seem quite right. She was hiding something. None of his business. Whatever demons haunted her, she'd have to fight them herself. He had his own demons to battle, and the last thing he wanted was to put her or anyone else in the crossfire. He could tell her he's got a record. He could tell her he'd killed his own father. An act of premeditated madness. He could tell her about his unstable, flash temper. A fire that sometimes burned so hot it literally, physically blinded him with rage. But Cam was a firm believer in keeping it simple. It was always best. I'm not a nice guy.
That's really cute.
He shook his head and stomped along the trail. with Maggie closely following behind. Too closely.
Please. Really? I think I read that once or twice in a cheesy romance novel. Okay, I'll bite. Why are you not a nice guy? You rob banks? You're an alcoholic or a drug addict? You like to fart in elevators and closed cars? Are you a restless sleeper and hog all the covers? I mean, how bad could you be? After all, you did rescue a damsel in distress. Oh, I know. You like to get rough with your women when they get out of line.
He glanced over his shoulder at her and smiled.
No, you don't.
Cam faced her, his body inches from her, hoping his size and the snarl on his lip conveyed the sincere warning in his heart. Yep.
Okay. I don't believe you.
He picked up a pebble. This is you. Cam closed his fist around the stone until his knuckles turned white. You're in the middle of nowhere with a man who just told you he likes to beat his women. A man who could squash you like a bug. But you don't believe it?
Men who beat women don't usually fess up about it.
And how would you know that?
I just know.
Cam pitched the rock and seized her upper arm. Who hurt you?
Stop.
Maggie jerked from his hold and scowled.
It wasn't me. A friend of mine.
His blood boiled. His face burned hot as that familiar surge of fury surfaced. He willed a lightning bolt to incinerate him. With a nod, he turned and continued walking.
What I can't figure out is why you would lie about something like that. I suppose you could be trying to scare me off, but that still doesn't explain why you want to scare me off.
Is it so hard to believe that I'm just not attracted to you?
Well, yeah. Do you even know where we're going?
Yep.
This is all starting to look the same. I mean, you'd tell me if we're lost, right? Because I'm pretty sure we're going in circles.
I'm sure.
You're sure that we're going in circles?
Nope.
So we're not going in circles.
Yep.
You're screwing with me, aren't you?
Nope.
Oh my fucking god. We've been going in circles this whole time?
Nope.
So, do you really know where we're going?
Yep.
Cam. An hour had passed, and Maggie's efforts of seduction had failed. Hell, she couldn't even lure him into a conversation. Slow down.
Speed up.
Tired and hot, she longed to hear 3 simple words. We'll camp here. The muscles in her legs burned and quivered. She plunked to the ground. With her legs stretched forward and her palms braced on the ground behind her. Oh, God. Much better.
3 minutes.
She stared up at him and watched him take another bite. And another. The apple's juices coated his lips, making them even more enticing. A moist, shiny gloss that made her core writhe in anticipation. For a man of his age, she guessed early 30s, who had creases in his forehead and a scruffy lower face with dark, bristly growth. He had lips that looked remarkably smooth and soft. Youthful, even. Lips which significantly betrayed those hard-boiled down and dirty traits. Hell, those juicy lips made him downright irresistibly fuckable. If those lips could look so damn alluring, with the sweet juices of a piece of fruit, what would they look like, gleaming with her own juices? She was determined to find out. Another bite. Not much left but the core. He began nibbling. If only he'd nibble on her core. As she watched this very pronounced Adam's apple bob with every swallow, Maggie began to climb to her feet. She took a step toward him. Cam leaned back, as if she had the measles and he'd never been vaccinated. Maggie slid 2 fingers beneath the silver ring. When her finger grazed his olive skin, he hissed, as if her touch scalded him. This is really beautiful.
It's a poor man's trinket.
Did it belong to someone in your family?
Yep.
A horsefly dived at his head.
Ugh.
He swatted it to the ground. The pest gathered its senses
Oh my God.
and resumed circling him.
Motherfucking cocksucking mother liquor. Goddamn son of a...
Cam's arms flailed as if a hive of insects attacked him, not a solitary horsefly.
Clusterfuck!
It was irritatingly distracting.
God damn!
From her backpack,
Cocksucking
she removed a
fucking...
can of hairspray.
Fuck! Motherfucking cockfucksucker! Are you trying to kill me?
Suck it up. Cam lifted his hand in front of his face. Dirt clung to his fingers. His fingers clung to each other.
Shit's like glue. And you put that in your hair?
Oh man, that's great.
Oh my God. Ugh. All you did was piss him off.
2 more horseflies buzzed him.
What the hell?
Oh, how cute. He brought his friends.
Cocksucking...
Like a trained cop, Maggie raised the hairspray to take aim.
God, fuck!
But he snatched the can and sprayed. Sprayed
Why are they only after
and
me?
sprayed. You must taste sweeter than me. Give me a bite and I'll let you know. Are you confiscating my hairspray for the remainder of our trip?
Yep.
Hear that? I can hear the testosterone leaking from your pores right at this very moment. All you need now is some hand lotion, a tube of lipstick, and a tampon, and the transformation will be complete. Wait. I think I have some lotion in here somewhere. Give me a minute. Whew.
Let's go.
Do you have anything to eat?
I have some energy bars. Chocolate and oatmeal, raisin and cinnamon, or peanut butter and oats.
Chocolate and oatmeal. Thanks.
Yup. Eat and walk.
This is great. And how many calories are in this?
How the hell should I know?
Well, what brand is it? I'll look it up when I get home.
I made it. Watch your step.
Wait, really? You made this?
Yep.
Wait. Cam, there aren't any bears out here, are there?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
How can you be certain?
Black bears are only common in the Big Bend region of West Texas.
Oh. Can the bears in West Texas tell direction?
Apparently, better than you.
Cam.